Device Nation behind the booth here, Docs and Reps Booth Crawl AAOS 2026 with Abdel Haifawi. Welcome to New Orleans, sir.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Inovedis, can't wait to hear about it. So thankful, Mike Wegman, Jake Adams, Michael Nelligan, and Dr. Redler, who told me about this product. Got me more excited the more I looked into it. Walk us through it. What are we seeing here?
Pleasure having you all, gentlemen, and thank you so much for stopping by. So I'll get a little bit small about the history of Inovedis and why did we come with SINEFIX. So we asked ourselves at the beginning in 2012, what creates healing natural environment for rotator cuff repair? So what we know is we need to bring back the tendon to the correct footprint. We have to have a proper even compression, and we also have to have a strong biomechanical fixation. So this was actually the main idea of coming with SINEFIX. So we asked ourselves those three questions. We also know that there are suture management complexity. We know as well that there is inconsistent outcome when it comes to the rotator cuff repair. So all of those questions were our main idea or main questions before starting with developing a product. So that's why we said, okay, we want to make it simple, want to make it easy, want to make it also great outcome as well. So we came with an idea of having a base plate with two anchors. There's one which is a medial anchor and then a lateral anchor and a base plate. We removed completely the sutures, so we try to make it, again, no suture management, simple, easy, with a proper outcome. So allow me now doing a little bit of a demo in. So we do have over here the tender grip. It's a device, it's an instrument that will basically hold your base plate, which is a thickness of a 0.7 millimeter, and then you have a width of 10 millimeter. And we know that the tendon width is approximately 12 millimeter. So we are trying to have it covered completely so we can have an even compression, and we can have also 3 times more coverage than the double row fixation. We know more coverage, better healing. That's actually how it looks like. You don't have it's very similar as a grasper. You go arthroscopically through the shoulder. You grasp your tendon. You can maneuver through your shoulder, pull the tendon back to its right position or desired position. So before we continue, somebody might ask, okay, what if my tendon is retracted? And that's also the answer here. You don't have to use another grasper. Even if it's retracted, it will allow you to pull your tendon and put it back to the right position. I guess I'll need a help here, but I will
Let you step in here,
Well,
Dr. Redler. This is your
I can
world.
barely hold myself back from wanting to help here as well.
appreciate it. Thank you. Well,
So I will tell you what, I'm going to take this tendo grip, which,
Yes, sir.
which fascinates me because frankly, and I did have a chance to look at this, we know that every rotator cuff requires different tension. You're not going to over tension it, but once you put it in that spot, then you're already ready to go.
yes, sir. And that's exactly, so we go with our medial anchor. It's cannulated, so allow all the biologics to go out for natural healing. It has a longer tip, so you can, once you enter, you will feel the bone as well in your hand, so you know where you exactly are going to shoot your medial anchor. So we have to go, or it's recommended to go as perpendicular as possible. And then we start.
How big is the medial anchor?
I beg your pardon?
How big is the medial anchor?
It's a 3.5 millimeter with a length of approximately 13 millimeter. Yeah. So we start hammering in. My medial anchor is already inside. Just release it with my instrument. It's out. And we can unlock our tender grip.
So tension has been maintained there.
Yes. And that's exactly, the tension has been maintained. Now, as you can see, that the base plate is not perfectly seated, and this actually, we did it on purpose because we don't want to over squeeze our tendon. We don't want to have a very much compression that will kill the blood flow over there. No blood, no life. So we created another instrument called a repusher or refiner. We just go on the medial anchor and just a gentle, small taps that will finalize your first step if needed.
But you're not puckering the tendon, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And then my medial anchor is there, my base plate is there, my my tendon is on the right position. Now I go with my lateral anchor, 4.5 millimeter. Again, it's cannulated, and I'll go as perpendicular as possible as well towards the bone. And I'm gonna release it. Now, if again needed for the last step, another the repusher, it can be used again to your medial anchor, or it can be used as well on your lateral anchor to have it fixed properly. With this, you do have your tendon or rotator cuff repair is fixed with almost 5 minutes. So you also give you some time back in the OR so you can go and continue your activities.
It's made of PEEK.
That's made out of PEEK.
And a question that we've seen a lot is, what about if you want to do augmentation?
Well, that's a great question. So
Thanks.
nobody can deny the fact that the biologics those days are in a very high use. Everybody likes them. Most of the surgeons likes to use them in their OR because of their great outcomes. Well, with a tender grip, if you also do have your base plate over there fixed, you can just put the patch beneath it, and you can still go inside and fix your tendon. This means that you are augmenting and fixing in one shot.
So anybody who's done a lot of rotator cuff repairs knows that one of the big challenges, if you're going to augment with a patch, how are you going to get it in? How much time is it going to add to the case? This is blowing me away.
Appreciate it.
I like the shape of this because you can almost see where the implant's going to go and what it's going to look like before you even load one on there, right?
That's correct. So even before opening an implant, you can just go with your tender grip. It's a grasper at the end of the day. You can pull your tendon, you can see where exactly you are trying to fix your tendon. It also replicates the reality of the base plate. So you can see here the hole has the lateral part. So you can also you can make a vision or visualize it even before you shoot your anchors.
What about for a larger tear? What if you have to put another one in?
Well, it's possible to do 2 tears with the infraspinatus and supraspinatus as well. That's possible.
And the beauty of that is if that outer diameter is the diameter of your implant, you know exactly how much space you're going to have there.
That's correct. The base plate with the implant and implant with the tender grip, they are identical, 10 millimeter width for both of them.
And of course, people are going to ask, because you're doing soft tissue repair. Any other place in the body?
Well, that's another great news, which is we are going to have it with different joints very soon. That's what we're working on. It's going to be available within the next few weeks. It's going to be Achilles repair. It's going to be also glute repair as well, with different instruments, very similar to the procedure. Simplicity, no sutures, proper
Same size
fixation.
implant, or will
Same
they have
size
different
implant.
Neat.
What do you think, guys?
Love it. I love the fact that they've considered not over impinging
Right.
to create necrosis so the blood flow stays.
I think that's key, and we also know that one of the big issues with failure of a rotator cuff repair is over-tensioning. Even if you know how much tension can be put in, but then you're going to go put your anchor in, put your sutures in, duplicating just that right amount of tension can be challenging.
Which is great. It's like an ace bandage, right? It connects like that, so
Right.
you get tight enough but not too tight, and you can and it saves the bandage, and in this case the cuff.
Where are we, Dr. Redler, on the success of rotator cuff surgery in 2026?
You know, I think that the challenge with rotator cuff surgery is perhaps what we need to do, Kevin, is not call it a rotator cuff tear, but a rotator cuff failure. So part of that is poor tissue quality, part of that may be some osteoporosis, part of that is retraction, and we know with those more challenging tears, we know we're not doing as well as we can. So what do we need? Well, we need good fixation. You want something that really gives good pressure on the footprint. You want to be able to augment where it is, and you need to identify those cuff tears at a risk that need just all that extra.
This is awesome. Thank you, Dr. Redler, for making me aware of this truly disruptive technology. I mean, this is so cool. For people that are watching this, Abdel, that want to learn more about the company and connect, maybe check it out in their OR, or maybe a rep that would think, man, this would be awesome in my bag. How do they
Absolutely. Just reach out on cs@inovedis.com. or just visit our website, www.inovedis.com, and all the information will be there. One of our team will reach out to you and support you having it next day.
This is Cool Device Nation. Check it out. Thank you, Abdel.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you to the entire Inovedis team, and wish you guys a very successful academy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm telling you, this blows me away. Next great thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Pleasure hearing that.
I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
Dr. Redler, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.